This year, the government gave you a raise, a $56 raise on your Social Security check, to be exact. It came with a nice official letter, a number that sounded like good news, 2.8%. And then before that money ever reached your bank account, they quietly took a big chunk of it right back. Most seniors never even noticed because the hand that gave the raise and the hand that took it back belong to the same system. And they're counting on you not doing the math. But I did the math. And by the end of this video, you're going to see exactly how a $56 raise turns into something a lot smaller, why it's happening for the third year in a row, and what it means for the actual dollars in your pocket this year. Now, before we go further, a quick word. I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not an accountant, and this video is for education only, not personal financial advice. I'm here to explain what's happening in plain English so you can ask the right questions. Always check your own situation with a qualified professional. So if that's fair, do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps push this in front of more seniors who deserve to know. Let's break it down. Let's start with the good news because there was some. Every year, Social Security is supposed to get adjusted for the cost of living. They call it the COLA, the cost of living adjustment. The idea is simple and fair. When prices go up, your check should go up too, so you don't fall behind. And this year, that adjustment was 2.8%. For the average retiree, that 2.8% works out to about $56 more per month. Your check was supposed to go from around $2,015 a month to about $2,071. On paper, that's a raise. The letter the Social Security Administration sent out in the mail said as much, a nice official notice telling you your benefit is going up. And for a lot of folks living carefully on a fixed income, $56 a month is not nothing. That's a tank of gas and then some. That's part of a grocery run. That's real. So far, so good. The government announced a raise and the raise was real. But here's the thing about that raise, announcing it and actually delivering it turned out to be two very different things because at almost the exact same time, another number was climbing and that number was about to eat into your raise before you ever saw a dollar of it. Here's the number nobody put in a celebratory letter. At the very same time, your Social Security check was going up, your Medicare Part B premium was going up too, and going up a lot faster. Medicare Part B is the part that covers your doctor visits and outpatient care, and almost every senior pays a monthly premium for it. The thing most people don't realize is that this premium doesn't come as a separate bill. It gets pulled straight out of your Social Security check before the money ever reaches you. You never see it. It's gone before it lands. And this year, that premium jumped from $185 a month to $200 and 2.90. That's an increase of $17.90 every single month, a 9.7% jump. Now stop and compare those two numbers for a second. Your raise went up 2.8%. Your Medicare premium went up 9.7%. Your premium climbed more than 3 times faster than your raise. So while one hand was handing you that $56, the other hand was reaching right back into the same check and pulling out $17.90 of it. And that right there is the quiet math the system is counting on you not to do. Let me show you exactly what's left when the dust settles. So let's do the subtraction together nice and slow. You were handed $56 a month, then $17.90 of it got taken right back out for the Medicare premium increase. That leaves you with about $38. So your real raise, the money that actually stays in your pocket, isn't $56, it's closer to $38. When the experts run that out as a percentage, that 2.8% raise you were promised effectively becomes about 1.9% for the average retiree. Almost a full third of your raise gone before you ever touched it. Think about how that was presented to you. The headline number, the one in the letter, the one on the news, was 2.8%. The real number, the one that shows up in your bank account, is closer to 1.9%. Nobody mailed you a letter about that second number. Nobody held a press conference about it. It just quietly happened. And here's the part that should really get your attention. This isn't a one-time fluke. This is the third year in a row that your Medicare premium has gone up faster than your Social Security raise. 3 years running, the same quiet squeeze. If you're finding this useful, take 1 second and tap that like button. It genuinely helps more seniors find this and do the same math you're doing right now, because it gets sharper for some folks, and I'll show you who in just a moment. Here's where it stops being just a number and starts being personal, because this raise doesn't hit everyone the same way. The $56 figure is for the average retiree, but millions of seniors don't get the average, and they get less because they earned less or worked fewer years. And here's the cruel twist. The Medicare premium increase is the same flat amount for almost everyone. That $17.90 doesn't shrink just because your check is smaller. So if you're getting a below average benefit, that same $17.90 eats up a much bigger slice of your raise. For someone receiving around $1,000 a month, that 2.8% raise effectively drops to just 1% once the premium takes its cut. And for the seniors at the very bottom, those getting roughly $640 a month or less, there's a rule called the hold harmless provision. The good news in that rule is it means your check can't actually go down because of the premium. The hard news is that for some of those folks, the entire raise can get swallowed by the premium increase, leaving them with effectively nothing extra at all. So the people who needed that raise the most, the ones on the smallest checks, are often the ones who see the least of it. That's the part that doesn't sit right. Drop a comment below and tell me, did you actually feel your raise this year, or did it disappear before you saw it? I read everyone. Now let me explain why this keeps happening. So why does this keep happening year after year? It comes down to a basic mismatch in how the two numbers are calculated. Your Social Security raise is tied to a broad measure of inflation, the general cost of goods and services across the whole economy. But your Medicare premium is tied to something much narrower and much faster moving, the rising cost of healthcare specifically. And healthcare costs, as anyone who's been to a doctor lately knows, have been climbing far faster than the price of most other things. So you've got your raise pegged to the slow horse and your premium pegged to the fast one. Every year, the fast horse pulls further ahead, and every year, a little more of your raise gets eaten. That's not an accident or a glitch. It's built into the way the system is structured. The premium rises to cover the real rising cost of medical care, and the raise simply isn't designed to keep pace with that specific cost. Understanding that is powerful because it means this isn't going to magically fix itself next year. If anything, the squeeze is likely to continue, which is exactly why what I'm about to tell you matters so much, because there are things you can actually do about it. So what can you actually do about this? You can't single-handedly change how Washington calculates these numbers, but you can make sure you're not leaving money on the table somewhere else to make up for it. And most seniors are. Here's the most important one. Remember that $202.90 Part B premium that's eating your raise? For millions of seniors with limited income, there are programs that will pay that premium for you. The state covers it, and it stops coming out of your check entirely. That's potentially over $2,400 a year back in your pocket, which dwarfs the raise we've been talking about. The income limits are higher than most people think, and the majority of folks who qualify never apply because nobody told them it existed. I'm going to do a full video walking through exactly how that works and how to apply. So if you want to catch it, this is the moment to subscribe. I put out videos like this every week breaking down what seniors are owed and what the system won't tell you. Beyond that, the lesson here is to treat every one of these benefits as something to actively claim, not wait around for. Nobody is going to come knocking to make sure you got what's yours. So let's bring this all together. So let's bring it home. This year, you were given a $56 raise, a 2.8% cost of living adjustment. But your Medicare Part B premium rose $17.90 a month, more than 3 times faster than your raise, and it came straight out of your check before you ever saw it. The result? Your real raise is closer to $38, an effective 1.9% for the average retiree, and as little as 1% or nothing extra at all for those on the smallest checks. It's the third year in a row this has happened, and it's baked into how the two numbers are calculated, so it isn't going away on its own. Here's what I want you to take from this. The system is not going to do your math for you, and it is not going to volunteer the money you're owed. You have to claim what's yours. The single biggest move is making sure you're not overpaying that Medicare premium if you qualify for help. And that's exactly what my next video is about.